Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Super Mario Galaxy, Part 24, I want to say. Part 24. Fellas, in the last episode, we finished off the rest of what we had to do in the Engine Dome, and today, we're going to be moving on to what is the final dome in the game. I would also like to make it... Actually, we're not going to move on just yet, because we actually have to do the Hungry Luma for the Engine Dome. Doom? I didn't mean to say it like that. That's okay. Fellas, I would also like to make it known, by the way, before we do any of that, yes, I understand. I get it. We're going to do that in a minute, but you guys may notice that this little area opened up at the end of the last episode, and we can go in there. We're not going to do that yet. We're actually going to be doing that a bit later in the playthrough because it has a little more relevancy to the type of stuff that we're going to be doing in said part of the Let's Play. So we're simply going to hold off on it, but for now, we're going to go ahead and feed this Hungry Luma. For some reason, I forgot we had a Hungry Luma sort of segment to do, but that's okay. Also, 1,000 star bits is kind of, that's a number. That's a number to say the least. Fellas, I've got to tell you something. Okay? I didn't know whether I was going to be bringing up some more stuff about Mario Kart World in this episode, or if I had finally gotten off that kick. I think for the most part I've said all that I really want to say about it, but I do think... Oh, it's this one. This one's fun, if I remember correctly. Oh, yeah. It basically gives you a multi-option between doing the mission as Boo Mario, or if you'd rather do it as Bee Mario. I might choose to do it as Boo Mario. I'm just gonna be real with you. Might choose to do it as Boo Mario personally, but fellas, something I wanted to bring up to you is that I have been very excited about the concept of potentially sometime soon really working towards doing the Galaxy 2 Let's Play, because I've actually been watching a Galaxy 2 Let's Play during this new little thing I've been working on doing, which is... Help me. Okay, we're good. But it's this new little thing I've been doing where basically... go in the middle. I am just ripping through this. I might not be anymore. I am. That was sick. I actually think that's going to be that would be way harder as Bee Mario, to be honest. So I'm kind of glad I did it as Boo Mario. I remember this galaxy, but I don't remember, like, a ton about it. This is a very satisfying section, by the way. I have just got to say that. Can I just, like... Okay, I can just do that. Fumbled the bag so hard, dude. Out of greed. Oh, it's insane. It's insane. But the good thing is they have a checkpoint for us. So, can't really complain a ton, but, yeah. So, I've been watching a Galaxy 2 Let's Play, particularly Nintendo Capri Sun's Galaxy 2 Let's Play from 2010, and God, it is making me realize just how excited I am about the concept of potentially doing that game here on the channel. Like I said, it's not going to be the next Let's Play, because as excited as I am about the concept of doing a Galaxy 2 Let's Play, doing it directly after Galaxy 1, I think will break my brain. I simply think it'll break my brain, and I'm not really looking to go through that, but, you know, I am nonetheless very, very excited for it. This also kind of leads me to feel like I want to talk about kind of a topic that I think I originally tried to bring up in the failed recording for part 20 that I had talked about. Something that I was bringing up and was actually removing any discussion that I was having about Mario Kart World, fumbled the bag on that one, was the mention of I have been making some changes to my social media consumption in life, fellas, because, listen, I don't think you guys need me to tell you that social media consumption stuff is unfortunately very easy nowadays. I think back in my day, you know, even though YouTube, I think, has, for the most part, I believe always had a recommendation system in place. I feel like my recollection when I was first using YouTube as a kid, in the kind of olden days of YouTube, right? Was I was very used to doing, like, how do I word this? I was very used to just searching for what I wanted in the search bar, and you just kind of did things that way. And that's how you discovered stuff. And really, if you couldn't think of much, you probably just didn't consume as much of YouTube. And really, I think that I've kind of wanted that feeling back in a way, right? I've wanted that feeling back of, like, having to think about what I want to watch, or I just don't really watch much. And I let myself be bored, because something that I learned a little bit on psychology-based stuff, because I am a huge psychology nerd, is that, you know, learning to be okay with boredom is very good, okay? It's a very good thing and a very good trait to have. That was a crazy snipe. Oh my god. Here, we're just gonna... Right there. Right? I'm gonna get that kind of just by a hair, but you know what? We'll take it. By the way, this is Deep Dark Galaxy. Very good galaxy, if you ask me. But yeah, so I don't know. It's like I kind of wanted that feeling of, you know, feeling like I could replicate the productivity of old, right? And part of the way that I wanted to do that was by, you know, finding a way to remove stuff like recommendations and, YouTube comments out of my feed. Because something I've noticed that I often do a lot of times is that I would, like, kind of doom scroll between looking at comments of stuff and, you know, YouTube comments, and also just, like, if I can't think of what I want to watch, I just end up, like, being like, oh man, what if I just let the YouTube recommended page decide for me? And that's, I feel like, part of the problem, right? Is that I can't informatively decide on what I myself want to watch as an individual, right? Which I don't think is necessarily the best trait to have. Hey, real quick, can you, like... I don't know why, but... that area up there just looks... Okay, no, that's not reachable. You 100% have to go down here. But, yeah, so, I don't know. I think that, for me, finding a little bit of that opportunity to, I guess, almost have less content to consume, or just mindlessly consume. I think that's the better way to word it without sounding, like, confusing. Like, well, why would you want to consume less content? It's because I want more opportunities to feel good about the content that I do consume. Like, you know, it was by my own critical thinking that I wanted to consume said content, right? But also, as a result of having to do a lot more critical thinking, you're generally just consuming less content, meaning I'm probably going to end up spending more time trying to be productive with stuff. So whether it's getting out, exercising a little bit, taking a walk, whatnot, maybe recording these videos, right? That's another aspect as well. Anything to make me productive has sort of been the goal. And to kind of give you guys a little bit of context on what I've done, okay, because I think this is very, very big to mention. By the way, we're fighting the Kamek boss again from Space Drone Galaxy. Very neat thing to see. But what I've essentially done is that I have installed this Chrome extension for Google Chrome called Minimalist YouTube. And what it essentially does, that honestly didn't look like it was going to hit, but I'm very glad it hit. What it essentially does is it takes YouTube and just essentially, when you go to the homepage, it is literally, all it is, Six Snipe, all it is literally just the logo and the search bar. That's all you have. And I remember when I had installed the extension, the description of what the extension actually entailed, right? And what exactly it did was, oh, I forgot that you go invisible. Hold on, give me that. How are you supposed to tell? Wait, how are you supposed to tell where Kamek is? Oh, Kamek's not invisible. Kamek just goes up, dude. I remember this version of the fight vividly, but for some reason, oh my god, that just didn't dawn on me. That's, like, kind of crazy to me, for some reason. Oh, you have You've constructed quite the army up here. Damn it. Go. There we go. You still have one more hit, don't you? Yeah. But yeah, so I remember installing the extension, not knowing exactly to what extent it was going to remove stuff. I think what I was hoping for at most was that it was going to be, you know, very optional choices. So all I was thinking about removing at the time, I think, was simply just comments on videos, which would have been a good start, right? Ultimately, that would have been a good start. But what I ended up being graded to, you know, was essentially the YouTube logo and the search bar. And I looked at it and said, oh, okay. So, and then I looked at, like, if you click on the logo on the part of Google Chrome where you can kind of see your extensions, I kind of looked to see what exactly the options were when you clicked on that. It was literally just a toggle button for if you wanted the extension on or off. So I sat here and I was like, huh. But then I thought to myself, because you know, originally it was kind of this this sort of negative feeling of like, man, this is removing a little too much, right? This is removing a little too much. How will I ever enjoy YouTube? You know? But then I kind of sat there for a moment. I thought, like, okay, so I got to search for what I want to. Oh God, what do I want to watch? That was kind of the feeling I faced. Where, honestly, it took me a moment to think about what I wanted to watch, because the reality is, guys, I, as well as many of you other peeps, are probably very used to the way that, you know, YouTube is typically consumed now, where, you know, you start watching some stuff that you like initially, maybe you're searching then, but then once the YouTube algorithm kind of gets to know you a little better, you kind of probably are more or less at the whims of what, you know, the algorithm kind of pushes at you based on your past videos you've watched and your interest of sorts, right? That's more than likely what you end up doing. So to not have those types of systems kind of put in place and kind of put in front of me, it was kind of bizarre. Obviously, I don't think you need me to tell you that. Are you supposed to... I'm a little confused. Wait, am I gonna crash right into it? Oh, that was sick. Oh, and it landed on the Sling Star. That was crazy. Okay. Hey. So here's my question. Is there any benefit to just saying, I think I've missed? I think I've missed. I think I missed. I really wanted to see if I could shoot over properly to that planet, and I, almost did. I almost did. That is the keyword. Doink. That's like right on the money, bro. That's like right on the money. We'll take it. But yeah, so like essentially, you know, when I made the choice, oh, I forgot it does this. When I made the choice to install that extension, again, I was apprehensive about just how much it was removing, but then when I realized what I wanted to watch, what I eventually ended up deciding on was literally I typed into the search bar, let's play Super Mario Galaxy. You know, that was it. I just typed in let's play Super Mario Galaxy and went from there. And from there I ended up, you know, starting to watch Nintendo Capri Sun's Let's Play on it, who I think I watched his Let's Play a bit back in the day, but, you know, his Let's Play is from launch year of Galaxy 2. So we're talking 2010, right? We're talking 2010 where things are serious, right? Oh. Wait, I could do it. Oh, dude. It's okay. I don't even know if that... Hey. Cut it out. Oh, you don't even drop coins. Ooh, that's tough. That's all right. Listen, will we be okay? I hope so. Oh, I'm scared. Okay, we'll take that. But yeah, so, I don't know. Like, having a bit of that critical thinking definitely helped. What? What just happened to the fire flower? Did you guys see that? Am I crazy, or did it not just literally, like, bounce off of the... Okay. Well, this is kind of mean to... What is happening? Oh, I'm getting hit, right? 100%? Yeah. I was like, there's no way. There's no way I'm not getting hit by that and just dying. That's okay. Dude, I'm weirdly fumbling the bag on this one, man. This is weird. I am strangely fumbling the bag this star. And, that is, I mean, fine, I guess, right? Do I know 100% of what I'm doing? No. Right. Let's just make that abundantly clear. I don't know 100% of what I'm doing, but we're, crossing that get there when we bridge. But, yeah, I don't know. I just think doing that kind of stuff where I'm kind of minimizing the usage of social media stuff, you have no idea how helpful that stuff is, man. It really is. And I think, if anything, it's made me more excited about the concept of doing a Galaxy 2 Let's Play. Obviously, I have expressed to you guys in the past during this Let's Play that it is obviously something that I am increasingly excited to do a Let's Play on, among, you know, other games like Mario Kart World and all that, and Donkey Kong Bonanza, yada, 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 right? But Mario Galaxy 2 is one that I know I've particularly just had in the pipeline for a little bit now. You know, because it's like, I could already tell the moment I started doing the first episode or two of, like, this Let's Play, that this Let's Play was going to be for me, for sure. What the frick? Okay, that was an interesting system of doing that. But I knew instantly that it was going to be, you know, the sort of game that's for me. And I can comfortably say that that is indeed the case. I think Galaxy 2 is going to be, obviously, like I've explained before, a much longer Let's Play than Galaxy 1, because if we're 100%ing, guys, guess what? We have 242 stars to do. We have 242 stars to do, and boy, is that going to be a time, right? Is that going to be a hoot and a holler of a time? What the frick are we doing here? I kind of forgot, if I'm being real with you. Doink. Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's what I figured you had to do. I just wasn't really 100% too sure. But I don't know, man. The prospect of... Get me in! Get me in! How am I misaligning so bad? Where? Why can't I... Okay, you didn't have to jump. The jumping was probably half the issue. What are we doing here? Oh, I remember this weird thing. The question is, you know what? I remember what you have to do. You have to get the weird balls here, and you have to, like, you have to ground pound them, don't you? I think that's what you have to do. It's really weird. Doink. Yeah. But it's also really weird because you have to deal with the laser things alongside it. Frick, dude. I've also just got to say, by the way, for the record, while we're talking about future Let's Plays, I really do think another game that has been hugely on my radar and might actually be the next Let's Play here on the channel, fellas, Kid Icarus Uprising. I briefly talked about it earlier in this Let's Play when I talked about the fact that I got proper 3DS emulation set up. But the only thing I wasn't too sure of with it, right, was that, okay, we're gonna do like the classic Bowser format where you just kind of, yep, you beat it there. That's probably what I should have been doing, and I just wasn't. But, you know, the main concern I had was that the story is kind of narrated out to you while you play, and I felt like if I did my normal banter and talking over it, that it just, I would be kind of ruining the flow. So what is my solution been to this, right? What is my line of thinking been to this that will be able to, you know, give me an excuse to do a Let's Play of this game? This game that means so much to me, just like this game and Donkey Kong 64. Simply just not talking as much during the cutscene sections. And then maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll make some funny quips about it. I don't really know. Maybe that's how I'll do it. I don't really know. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, by the way, I just gotta say, before we end off this episode, the Garden Dome is beautiful, guys. One of the most notable things I've always really liked about this dome is the fact that it doesn't play the typical ambience. It just plays bird chirping sounds. That's really cool to me for some reason. I don't know why that's so cool to me, but it's just really cool to me nonetheless. So, yeah, I just wanted to point that out before we end the episode. But fellas, that's going to do it for this episode of Super Mario Galaxy. We made a pretty decent amount of progress today. I just kind of sucked at that last star. That last star gave me a hoot and a holler of a time, if that makes any sense. That probably doesn't make any sense, but it gave me quite the hoot and a holler of a time, and I wasn't that good at it. But hopefully in next episode, we'll have a little more consistency with doing well in the stars. But for now, fellas, that's going to do it for this episode of Super Mario Galaxy. Fellas, if you enjoyed this video, maybe like, comment, subscribe. I don't know, it's your life. Do what you want. I don't really care. And I will see you, fellas, in the next video. Bye-bye, guys.